policing Cheltenham Station. Imagine my stunned amazement when I saw it this week. I couldn't believe it. My sister and I were actually dumbfounded. We just went, we didn't know what to say to each other. And we couldn't work out where all the cars came from, because we thought, if everyone in Cheltenham parked their car here, it wouldn't be this many cars.
A time when our community has been so affected by inappropriate developments that are being forced upon us. I know you said there has to be growth, but there's no reason why that growth can't be accommodated in an appropriate form.
It's a planning disaster, and I'll have a chat about that later too.
Who knows what the tunnelling's going to do to this area?
The rezoning of the Beecroft Shopping Village for 5-storey development. We've got DOs coming in that seem to be oblivious to the council's DCP, and a lot of them seem to be related to overseas investment units rather than providing housing for the people of Beecroft.
Wildlife protection area. Well, that's a bloody joke when it comes to the O'Farrell government. There is no protection area.
I do believe in urban consolidation around transport hubs, but it needs to be well designed and appropriate, and it needs to be believable. And what you have happening at Cheltenham Station, and to a lesser degree at Beecroft, is not even sensible. Sprawling car parks is no solution for anything.
I'm knocking on Barry's door. I'm knocking on Gladys's door.
We've also got the 2 rail disasters. We've been opposing the decision to make the North West Rail Link tunnels only big enough for metro trains. We find that absolutely defying logic and common sense, and totally meaning that it could never be reverted to standard gauge trains or standard type trains if the private operator fails.
Heritage Act and, the National Trust and so on. But the A-team is protected. The really top heritage buildings like Parliament House and the Town Hall and the Chief Secretary's building, they're protected because they have a heritage organisation. But the B-team is not protected, and the B-team is disappearing before our eyes.
First time in history that we haven't got a direct train, we will not have a direct train line into the city and have to change trains either once or twice. And when the Trust spoke to the Minister about this on 2 occasions, her reply was, get used to it. So we're not very happy about that.
And this is what he told me. He told us he's gonna take over our town.
It was lovely to see that there are still really nice old heritage houses and buildings here in Beecroft, but you've got to watch it. If you don't work very hard on it, they disappear.
You saw the destruction that the ill-conceived Epping Thornley First Track is causing in Cheltenham, and will soon be causing in Beecroft. From the start, it was apparent to all of us that this project was predetermined. We now find that the cost-benefit analysis failed to include inevitable cost overruns and failed to consider the social and the health impacts on our community, both during construction and during the operation of the line from noise and pollution.
All they left was destruction all around.
We feel totally let down by our government and those elected to represent us. It seems that vested interests are driving government decisions and but we're not anti-development, I want to put that. We want appropriate development. Any development, therefore, should be sympathetic to our heritage, our environment and our community character. Unfortunately, we're now finding that the game plan has changed. But we've even been told by our MP that he can't represent us due to cabinet solidarity. So I ask, where is democracy? What we need now are more people that will get disturbed and active. This should be a good wake-up call for the whole community. We want people that will make a difference. So don't be complacent. Get active. Write letters. Do things. Support organisations that are trying to fight for your community. And then you can say that you tried to make a difference as well.